I believe that this is one of the most underutilized items in car audio. And I say this because the AmpPro sub is not heavily used in the DIY community. The AmpPro is actually an aftermarket car audio component that is designed for OEM integration. So what exactly is OEM integration? OEM integration is any time that you're trying to interface with the original electronic manufacturer, hence the acronym OEM. In this case, the original electronic manufacturer is Chevy. The AmpPro sub was designed to interface with what this pre-existing stereo has to offer. So basically, trying to add a subwoofer amplifier to this system is a bit difficult because of how the manufacturer has it integrated. You see, my car comes with a pretty good head unit right here, and this head unit is not easily exchanged, meaning that it's not easily removed. This system is integrated into the car's ECM, or electronic control module. And what you want to do is keep it like that because it not only ties into steering wheel controls, it also ties into functionalities of your alarm system and things of that nature. So you don't want to compromise your security. Another thing to note about this radio is that you interact with this touchscreen right here, but the touchscreen isn't exactly the radio itself. The actual command center is actually located in the footwell of this vehicle in specific. It may be different in other vehicles, but just know that this is kind of like a computer and a monitor. This will be the touchscreen monitor that you interact with, and the PC or control unit is actually underneath the dash there. So basically what this allows Chevy to do is to give you a pretty nice unit without taking up too much space inside of the dash for venting for the AC unit, but it does kind of make it a nightmare for someone who want to do a DIY install. So what do you do in a situation like this? You cannot remove the radio and put one in here, so you would have to integrate with the one that's already existing. Hence the phrase OEM integration. There are many different ways to actually retrieve the sound from this radio system, but the problem with a lot of those is that it actually is installed after the processing of the actual unit. You do not want that. You want to capture the data before it's actually sent to the factory radio, and that's where devices such as this come into play. To be more specific, this is the AmpPro AP Sub GM61. GM referencing General Motors. PAC make a lot of these type of interfacing devices for different manufacturers. I just so happen to have a GM vehicle, which is the Chevy, and my year model is in between 2014 and 2018. This is a 2018 Chevy Impala. So before you get to any of these other devices that you see here on the table, you may want to start right here first. Since I own two GM vehicles in which I want to install these interfaces into, I have two different models. This one right here is the AP Sub, and it's made for only adding a subwoofer to your system. So it only has one channel. This one here is the AP GM61. This one right here actually has a 5-channel integration. One is made for the Bose system and one is made for a non-Bose system. This one right here is made for the non-Bose system. I've actually used these interchangeably, and to be honest with you, I didn't see an issue. One of the main issues if you use the Bose one is that in a non-Bose system, you don't have a center channel. That's what's one of the biggest issues. But you're not using the center channel, then don't use the center channel. And another thing is that when you go to play your FM radio, it won't be in stereo. Everything will be in mono. So that's one of the downsides to using it interchangeably like that. Now, I know some of you are gonna go and look these products up and you're gonna be wowed by the pricing of them. They are not cheap items, okay, because they don't do cheap work. These items are to integrate into your system seamlessly with the proper cabling and connections, and to make sure that you are receiving the raw data that's coming from your head unit, not the roll off, not the compression, not any of that other stuff that you get with your factory systems. And what you do with that data is up to you. In my case, what I'm going to be doing with that data is I'm going to run those RCAs directly to this DSP and give me full control of what I do with my system. Inside the box, you will get a gain control. This is your bass knob. And yes, this thing right here is, they put a really good potentiometer on here. It has a little connector on the back. And it has where you can actually mount this with the nut and screw system. Pretty cool, pretty handy. And this is a very long cable. I've had this in my car a long time. If your amplifier didn't come with one, this is very, very handy. I have it in my car turned all the way up because I use it, the bass knob from my actual amplifier. You will get another wiring harness. This wiring harness right here is to integrate with your OEM system, with the actual head unit that you see hidden under the dash. And this is the unit itself. It has a series of connectors on the back. These right here connect to the data cable that was provided to you. You have dip switches right here to control other features that this thing is capable of. Things such as your output voltage to your amplifier. You also have a reset switch, and you also have the port for the bass knob. This micro USB port right here is for connecting to your computer and controlling this unit via application that you can download from Pack Audio's website. Taking a look on the inside of the Pack Audio's AP sub, you will see that there is an advanced network of circuitry here. This is not some little rinky-dink thing because it feels so light. You would think that it's just some cheap piece of something that got maybe a few capacitors and some resistors. No, this is a complete motherboard on the inside of this thing. And this is what you're paying for. You're paying for the advancements that has gone into this. Just kind of want you guys to see that. Okay, so in short, this is how a vehicle system works. You have a radio. That radio have wires that goes to an amplifier. That amplifier then send signal to the speakers. Very, very simple to understand. The problem that we run into is that at this amplifier point right here, this is when the factory, in this case Chevy, starts to do their own personal tuning for the speakers that they installed inside of the car. These speakers oftentimes are very cheap, okay? And they don't want to damage the speakers. So what they would do is they would alter the way that the amplifier sends signal to the speaker. A lot of times what that means is that they will roll off power, they will set equalization that kills the bass, and the bass would roll off at certain frequencies. Sometimes the treble and the mids are often pre-tuned, not necessarily to your liking. So they have complete control over what is going on at the amplifier and what goes out to the speakers. But what exactly does the AmpPro sub do? Well, the AmpPro sub does this. It intercepts that signal coming out of the head unit. It gives you the opportunity to run your own channel to the amplifier, uncompressed, unmanipulated, raw data. And the beautiful part about this is that if you wanted to, in this case, you're still keeping the functionality of your factory amplifier. You're just pretty much intersecting, placing yourself in between the radio and the factory amplifier so that you can run your own to your own amplifier. Now your amplifier has its own signal and you can do with your subwoofer however you want to do with your subwoofer. That's the beauty of having a device like this. And for all those who are wondering about the other device, just know that it works the same as this one. However, it has multiple outputs, multiple RCAs that goes out and allows you to manipulate the door speakers as well. But just know that there's an additional harness that you have to purchase for that in order to intercept the connections of the actual factory amplifier. And that way you can plug directly into the factory amplifier without actually having to uninstall it. So it can remain in the vehicle until time of resale, and you don't have to slice into any of the harnesses that are there, because you're gonna have all of the proper harnesses that you need for the underdash unit, and sold separately as one for the factory unit. So whether you're planning on installing the system yourself or paying someone to do it, make sure that this comes up in the conversation. OEM integration is the first step to doing a major build. You're already planning on spending thousands, so what's a couple $100? So once again, big thanks to Big Jeff for hooking up the Budget Basehead family.